Hi, this is Katapult for Katapult Gaming, and in this Hypixel Skyblock episode, I will show you how to get a gold medal in sugarcane farming. Sugarcane farming is one of the most competitive farming contests that you can participate in, and the first thing that you'll need is a sugarcane farm. So one of these layers will be sufficient, but basically I have a layer of light blocks that are covering the water underneath, and then I have 2 layers of sugar canes, some water with light, 2 layers, water with light, and so forth. And then I built the little road in a way that when you hit the end here, you have no choice but to go in the right direction to continue. So all the pathing is done, and it makes it a lot easier when you're navigating through that. When you reach the end, you know for sure that you'll be going in the right direction to continue. Once your farm is ready, the next part is to figure out the farming angles. So I'm using the not enough update, so you'll see the yaw on the left of the screen. It changes as I turn around. Or if you press F3, you'll see a line facing east towards positive X, and then that same angle appears there also. But I prefer using the one from Not Enough Updates. So for farming sugar canes, you'll need a yaw of either 135 negative or 135 positive. Or if your farm is in the other direction, you'll use 45 degrees or minus 45 degrees. So it really depends. All of these work. It just depends what direction you prefer to be facing as you're doing it. Personally, I use the minus 135 degrees, but that's only a matter of preference. If your mouse has some adjustable DPI, for example, I'm using the Logitech G500 Hero, I can change my DPI with a button where normally I'm at 1200, which allows me to turn the camera quickly but not too quickly. But with press of a button, I can go down to 100 DPI, and that allows me to do really micro adjustments on the yaw. And also I can press and keep the button pressed on the mouse, and usually the yaw won't move too much around. So if I were to use a different DPI, so let me bump it up to somewhere I think around the 6,000 range, you'll see that it's really crazy, really hard to even find the right angle, but even as you do, it's easy to move around as you're farming, because my really hard to keep it precise. So yeah, if you have a mouse that lets you adjust the DPI, put the lowest that you can go, in my case 100, and that makes it a lot more stable to keep your angle as you farm. Some people prefer to disable the mouse and use the spacebar as their left click button instead. That can definitely work also, whatever your preference is. In terms of positions and ergonomics, I prefer to use both hands, but having the lower DPI means that it's a lot easier to keep my angle for a long period of time. You can see I'm using a level 100 legendary elephant, and that gives me 180 farming fortune, which makes a huge difference when trying to get gold medal in any farming event. Next thing you'll need is a sugarcane hoe, and this one is one crop where you're gonna have to pretty much max it out. And what I mean by that, you'll need cultivating as high as you can get it. Currently I'm at cultivating 8. You'll need a harvesting 6 book, which are a lot more affordable now that the books are on the bazaar. You'll definitely need your Turbocane 5 enchant also. And you'll need a counter of at least 10 million so that you get the highest rarity for it. In my case, I went with the Recombulator. Probably not necessary, but if you're going to be farming some levels with it. I think it's a good investment down the road. Other than that, I put the Blessed Reforge on it, and that gives 20 farming fortune just in of itself and 6% farming XP. And I also put +5 farming fortune from books. So I'll show you where to get those items in the bazaar. And basically, if you look at the book modifiers, you have the farming for dummies, which you can apply 5 of them to give +1 farming each time. So for less than 1 million, you can get +5 farming. And then for the Reforged Stone, you'll go in the high Reforged Stones, and it is the Blessed Fruit over here that's going to give a certain amount of farming fortune depending on the rarity of your tool. Next thing you'll need is some Ranger's Boots, and I have mine set at 240 speed. At that speed, you collect most items, you don't leave a whole lot behind, but I find it's a good mix between collecting items the fastest and you don't waste too much space either. So, you know, there's a few here and there that I didn't collect, but for the most part, it does a pretty clean collection. You'll definitely need some good farming levels in here. As you can see on the left, I'm farming level 40 currently. And if I go in skills to confirm that, and you know, sugarcane is actually a great crop to get farming XP levels and also get pretty decent money at the same time. So it's a great crop to farm lots and lots and lots of, and that's why I upgraded this tool to the maximum. Basically, I still just have some cultivating XP to level up on it, but basically everything else that I could buy to increase this I've done, because I'll be using this to reach farming levels 50 and then eventually 60. And over at Anita right now I'm at 18% on the extra farming drops, so that's another great way to boost your farming fortune. All you need is a bunch of gold medals and Jacob's tickets, and you can level that up. In terms of other items that can be useful, there's the large agronomy sacks. That's going to let you store 20k of the sugar canes before this item fills up, so it helps not to overwhelm your inventory too much. But the next big thing is the personal compactors, and currently I have a 7000 version and the 6k version. So over in this one here, I have the enchanted sugarcane and the enchanted sugar. So as I harvest, it'll convert all of my sugar canes over to enchanted sugars and then to enchanted sugar canes. So with that, I can farm probably a couple of hours straight and never run out of inventory space. So that way you can easily do a contest and not have to stop to sell or store your items. And that's basically all you need to know to get a gold medal in sugarcane farming. Just remember that this is a very competitive crop, so make sure you have all of the items that I mentioned and all the right setup. And don't be discouraged, it may take a couple of tries even with all of this. If your farming level is not high enough, definitely keep farming, and at some point you'll be able to get your gold medal. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.